When I first started playing Heroes of the Storm, there was a map called the Haunted Mines. This was during the closed beta, I believe, is when they first introduced it, and it definitely was available for a little while after the release of the game as well. However, since then, they've gotten rid of it, and the reason for that is quite simple. Basically, on that map, usually the team that would either have Sylvanas or simply just get an early game lead would be able to just simply snowball that lead into a victory, and they have since remade the map. Now, I am currently on the brawl mode on the PTR, and as you can see, the mines have been reopened. Heroes return to the haunted mines, awaken the grave golems, and march towards victory. Alrighty, so here we are. Now, really, the only, brawly aspect of this brawl is the fact that we have this draft mode right here, where we have to pick one of 3 heroes. I think I'm gonna be running with Brightwing today. So here we are on the Haunted Mines. Now, real quick, in case you either forgot how this map worked, or you never played it in the first place because it already was removed when you first started playing. Basically, this map has 2 different kinds of phases. First and foremost, we got the high ground, I suppose, and then we also got the mines right here under the ground. And there's several entrances into the so-called mines. Now, in the past, there used to only be 2 entrances. I've already played a couple of games on this one, and honestly, it plays out pretty similarly. But there used to only be 2 entrances. There's one right here. There's still one at the top as well, but now they've also added, I guess, one to the east as well as one to the west right there that are both in vision range of the watchtowers. Then when you get into the mines, you get to kill these so-called, I believe they call them, undead miners or something like that. And basically, when you kill them, they leave behind these skulls. Now, the skulls are pretty interesting, as they will give you, basically a little bit of a charge, so to say, towards a golem. And the golems will start spawning after all of the miners have been killed and after all of these skulls have been collected. Now, it looks like I'm probably gonna have towards the top, or I'm gonna have to head towards the top lane here, just to be safe, because there's quite a little bit of aggression happening here already. Now, the golems used to just simply spawn in one single lane, but as it is right now, there's actually several different kinds of lanes that they will start spawning in. They will actually start taking turns. So, whereas in the past they would only go in a single one, right now, after you defeat them in one lane, they will actually be heading towards the next one. And instead of starting off in the main base, they will actually be starting off in the middle of the map instead. So you see this little graveyard type of area, I suppose. That is where one of the golems will start. And there's another one right here as well. So the playtime on the map seems to be a little bit longer. But still, obviously, if the map would be reintroduced right now with the recent changes they have made, to, for example, the way that, oh, gotta be careful, the way that, for example, towers do damage and all that, it would be absolutely mad if we would see that introduction right now. Ooh, so close. Come on. Really? Oh, man. She's going to be able to get out of there. But anyway, the mines are going to be opening up very shortly, and that means we can use one of the 4 entrances to jump down. Now, they have also redesigned the way the map works in the low ground, in the mines themselves. The layout has been changed, and the boss is now actually in the center. So as you can see, it just looks a little bit different. The mine paths are a little bit different. I'm not entirely sure if there's, any kind of groups here that have got more skulls. I remember that being a thing in the previous version of this map. Not entirely sure if that's the case once again. By the way, we basically have to go ahead and destroy all of these little minions. And eventually, hopefully we'll be alright. Let's go over there. Let's go over there. Actually, everyone's staying together in the mines. That usually is one of the trickiest things to organize. I think I'm just gonna go and head down for a little bit. Just because I can. Oh, there's actually a Nova. Is that the real one? That has to be the real one. Gotcha. Beautiful. Very nice. And so far, it's looking pretty good. Now, the boss in the middle is where things get a little bit interesting. I think I'm just going to go for a phase shift build, by the way. Not entirely sure if that's ideal. In particular in brawls, it's hard to say if that's going to be ideal. But the boss right here will drop a lot more skulls. It will drop significantly more than we normally see. Now, as we know, at this point in time, we can still look at the minimap here as well, right? And we know that 2 of them are still on the high ground, meaning that they're trying to grab more and more XP here. So they're basically going for a strategy where they're trying to make sure that they get a little bit more... Oh, that's a fake one. Where they get a little bit more experience, and they give us a little bit more skulls. Now, question is that the ideal scenario? That was actually the real one? Oh, I didn't even know that. I did not anticipate that. Whether or not that's worth it is hard to say. We actually still have got a pretty reasonable amount of experience here as well. Sadly, our Vala once again ends up falling. I am just simply duo queuing here, together with Dita Hunter, by the way, in case you are curious. Not entirely sure how good all of my allies are. The interesting part is that, obviously, this makes for pretty dynamic setup, right? You have to make the decision, do you want to go into the mines, or do you want to stay in the high ground instead and, give yourself a little bit more sustain? Now, I think I'm going to spend my time pushing here. I'll join in together with Diablo here, since we've got a really powerful golem here first time around. And as you can see, you always got to pay attention to where it's actually going to be spawning from. Because right now we know that ours is going to be in the bottom lane. And theirs is going to be in the top. But in the next wave, it's going to be a little bit different. And here's our golem. So depending on how many skulls you get, the more powerful your golem will become. Ours is going to be pretty strong. I mean, we got 74% of them. Or 74 rather. Which I guess is the same thing. So far so good though. So far it's looking pretty good. Don't want to get sniped. Be very careful here, Nova. Or Vala. We don't know where she is. Well, actually, she's right there at the tower. That's a fake one, right? Okay, this time around it is. I'll try and walk with the minions. Usually the correct thing to do against this sort of setup. Obviously, if we can prevent him from life-sapping my friends, that would be great. But so far we're pushing quite aggressively, and we're managing to get quite a lot of damage in here as well. Get a pick off on Karazim, very nice. And I'm going to pick up the face shield here as well. Very good. Okay, so how's top lane looking? I'm going to head top. Make sure that everyone here stays alive as well. And so far, we're in a very, very nice setup. Now, like I said, the issue used to be that you would just simply be able to steamroll your way through this map quite easily. And the way that would be done is by either picking Sylvanas, just because she would be very, very powerful, but also by properly lining up the siege camps. So there used to be siege camps that would basically be able to be lined up, and you can still sort of do that as well. Right here, for example, there's still 2 camps as well that will do, you know, they will throw these rocks at the golem, so you can still line them up, but it's significantly easier. Sometimes you wanted to, for example, delay the capturing of this camp, just so you would be able to time them a little bit better. And right now you can see, like, these are the new type of minions, I suppose. We didn't have those back when when this map initially got made. The minions have been changed up quite a little bit. There's no more hard camp either, or no more bruiser camp in the middle of the map. Which is all... Oh, man. No. Alright. That's 1 death. That's a shame. But we got a tower for it. 2 towers, I guess. So that sort of makes up for it. But there's no more hard camp in the map, so you don't really get a chance to really get a huge lead there. Okay. Obviously, this is Heroes of the Storm. Even when you're ahead, you can still get behind. And as you can see, this siege camp will most definitely be able to break the camp here. It looks like we actually got an allied bot now as well, which will make this not any easier. And there we go. They do manage to eventually pick up our fort as well. But it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Here we go. Alright. So, mines will be opening up very shortly. As you can see, 30 seconds right now. I say that and immediately I hear that text. That's great. I don't think we want to be here, guys. We really need to back up. Vala's not here. We got a bot Greymane though. Trying to kill our healer here first and foremost. Not entirely sure why we're this far forward though. In particular when we are just with 4 or 3 of us against 4. We gotta kill there eventually, which is good. We're gonna get our ulti. I'll pick up the blink heal. And we actually get a second kill there as well on Nova. So very nice. Actually, that's sort of like evened up the score, I suppose. I need to back up though. I need to back up. I need to TP down. I can teleport into the mines in case you are interested. That is one of the things you can do. Which is why I really like playing Brightwing here. Pretty happy that I had the chance to play her here. We got damage Oreo apparently. Alright. Here we go. We have to try our very best to get as many of these skulls. As you can see, like, the more time we split, right? The more skulls we can actually potentially obtain, but also the more risk we take in our positioning. And if we do take too much risk in our positioning, and we split up too much, obviously that immediately means that we're in a very scary position as well. Just because we may not be able to get enough stuff. Well, our bot is doing pretty good, though. Oh, that's a fake one. Alright. Let me back up real quick. I'm gonna grab some mana real quick. Okay, got the vision radius as well. Oh! Good job, good job, good job. We managed to get Nova there. Alrighty. And now that I'm at full mana, I think we're gonna be able to have quite a good time here. Grabbing the boss. They did also rework, by the way, a lot of the existing heroes on the PTR, which is where I'm at right now. And also they introduced Ragnaros. In case you guys are interested, I'll leave a link to the Ragnaros video down below in the description of this one. I think that one turned out pretty awesome as well. This is looking really good though. But as you can see right now, the golem will be on the other side of the map instead, and this time around ours will not be as strong as it was previously. Okay. Gotta be careful. Don't want to lose any of the forts if we cannot all have that happen. But I fear the worst. It's actually a lot of aggression here. I may just have to get over there. Obviously, phase shift does allow me to do that, which is good. There's still a pretty long cooldown on it, but not too bad. Don't know where Nova is at though. Oh, there she is. Well, she is here somewhere. That's probably not the real one. Okay, so they're all defending right now. I'm in a very vulnerable position though. I can't really do a whole lot until I can back up. Looks like they're spending their time trying to defend though, which is good. I can actually be here for quite a little bit of time. Oh no, really? You kidding me? They used their horror. Alright. I ended up falling there. At the very least, our fort is still alive. I did not think that Gul'dan would be coming to the top as well, though I guess I should have been paying a little bit closer attention to the minimap. I guess, though, if you're gonna die in any of these... Oh, no. That was, like, kind of the ideal time for it, so to say, just because it could have been much worse. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the shield dust here as well, but I'm not sure about this engagement here, though. I need to get back into the combat. Alright. Here we go, phase shifting in. Giving it a movement speed as well. I guess I'll try and help out here as best I can to just keep the team alive. I don't think we're gonna do that. Okay. Well, so far it's definitely not bad. Could be much worse. Their Nova has been nullified really nicely here. Sometimes Novas are, you know, a bit of a pain. But so far, so good. Now, obviously, since in the past, right, this map would steamroll quite quickly. It's hard to say if that's still the instance, and it's still the case. I'm not sure. Obviously, the maps and the towers and the way the map works and all that is going to be significantly different. And only time will tell if that is going to be the case. But so far, since the golems are constantly switching lanes, you can't push as aggressively, you know, with the first wave. It's just not possible. Alright. Trying to keep everyone alive, but I need to make sure that I survive myself here first and foremost. This is a dead Lowko. Will not be healing anyone. I didn't see their Lily incoming. Was hoping to be able to get rid of her ulti there. Oh. So close. Well, not the most efficient fighting here for sure, because we are engaging everyone and no one, but looks like we did manage to eventually focus down one of them. I'm gonna have to back up once again, but I'm gonna be able to fly straight towards the mine. So you can see the dynamic of this map turn out quite nicely, right? Now, the maps, or the games that I have played on this map so far, have all been a little bit longer. And it may just be due to the fact that we don't really know strategy just yet, which is fine, I guess. But I wonder, like, obviously all of the games of Heroes of the Storm usually last about 20 minutes or so tops. Right now we're 13 minutes into this one, and you can see, like, we haven't really broken through anything just yet, right? And that seems to be true for all of the games that I've played so far. I think this is like the 4th or the 5th one or so that I'm playing. Which is obviously not that huge of a sample group, but it's still a reasonably good indication that the games do last quite a little bit of time. Okay. Fine for me. Go ahead and phase shift in, so we have a little bit more vision. Don't kill my friend. Panta! And with that, I'm gonna pick up the critter ice. And we're probably going to be in a pretty good spot right now to potentially start pushing real aggressive. Because you can see, winning that team fight here in the mines allows us to get a really, really nice amount of skulls, which will give us a huge, huge golem. But we can also push in the siege camp here, for example. And if we can do that, that would make it much easier. I'm going to be heading here towards our Diablo. Try and get as many siege camps here as possible. Actually, I believe this camp... Well, no, this one will go to the bottom. We should probably consider going all bot. As you can see, the golem is actually going to like keep on spawning from here as well, rather than, you know, continuing onwards where it died. Okay. This is really good. And we can start pushing in really nicely here. Beautiful. All right. So now that we've got a big golem, we can start pushing in together. If you manage to push in together, that means we have a good chance at potentially healing up like absolute mad. More importantly, killing a lot of their stuff. I should really be timing my critter rises better. As long as I can heal though, I'm a happy little fairy dragon. And we've been healing like absolute mad this game. And even though we've got a boss, it looks like the decision to all go to the same direction has turned out to be one for the better. Because we are hitting their core right now. Now I don't know if we've got enough here to obtain the victory. It most definitely does look like it, because we've got a lot of stuff here. Stop doing that cooldown. Appreciate it if you don't do that. But here we go. We obtained the victory by destroying their core. And not without doing, at the very least, a sufficient amount of healing. So the Haunted Mines, definitely happy to see it back once again. I mean, I'm not going to say I missed playing on it, because in the current meta and the current way the game would be playing out, it would just not be very good. But this version of the map does seem pretty solid. Obviously, only time will tell whether or not it's going to be, you know, the map that we all want to have and we all want to love. But I think it plays out brilliantly, and it definitely, in my, you know, short-lived experience so far, seems very solid. But with that, I want to thank you all very much so for watching. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button down below. And if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. As follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Links are in the description. And besides thanking you all for watching, I hope you have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile, alright? And I will see you in the next one.